Hey everybody, it's Wednesday afternoon and I'm here to make another brief video. Would call this coffee talk, but I don't want any copyright infringements, lawsuits from my friends. Anyway, Jamie asked me a question on YouTube yesterday. I think she asked me on YouTube. She said, "Do you have a plan? And what is it?" And I said, I thought about it. I thought, well, gee, do I have to have a plan? Sally, you like to shoot from the hip. You like to be free to, go with whatever the muse strikes. That's what I like to be like. But honestly, you have to have a plan. Because I think, oh gosh, what is that old nugget? To fail to plan is to plan to fail. Well, so you have to plan within reason and then give yourself enough creative license to work within what you've got. Plan to have good things in your refrigerator. I always have good things in my refrigerator, but I give myself the creative license to go, okay, I don't feel like that. I'm going to have this instead. But they're all good choices. I know enough this week that my plan is not to eat any bready carbs of any kind. Not grain. I mean, really, preferably not including grains unless I'm just desperate. And that means like some dry oatmeal, not even a made oatmeal, just dry oatmeal. It helps me at night sometimes when I get the snackies. So I try not to eat grains this week. I'm trying not to drink any alcohol this week. Now, I will confess that I did have 1 ounce of red wine last night. You should have seen me in the kitchen standing over the stove feeling sorry for myself that I was cooking for Steve. I was so tired and I wanted a glass of wine. So I talked to myself for a minute and I said, well, if you have some, you may just have a little tiny bit. You may have a sip. And then you need to write it in your journal. And so I went over and I got a measuring cup with it had 1 ounce in it, and I measured 1 ounce of wine. And then I poured that in a little tiny shot glass, this big, I'm not kidding you, 1 ounce. And because it was a little glass, just like our little plate and our little spoon, and it's like having a little tea party with a little tiny child's tea set. I just took my time. I had a little sip, and and that was it. That was 25 calories of red wine. And I believe red wine is good for you. But anyway, I digress. I was not supposed to be drinking this week. But I figured 1 ounce of red wine, if that did it for me last night, that was doing really well. So I'm not planning on doing it every night. Don't think I am. Because I saw such a big impact in I feel like I can't explain it, except that I know you retain water when you eat carbs, and then you also can't lose well if you drink alcohol. They used to say at Weight Watchers, if you have a drink, then it's 3 days before your body's going to release whatever it is. So I feel so much trimmer. Now, I will not tell you my clothes are fitting tremendously differently, a little, but I can suck my stomach in a lot further than I could before. And that just always makes me feel good. I like to suck it in and look in the mirror like everybody else. Anyway, and I actually don't think my thighs are rubbing together quite as much as they were. And that always makes me feel more positive about the world too. So, so that was it. That's my plan. What have I prepared? What do I have in my fridge now? Tonight, I'm probably going to have those big mushroom caps, and I'm going to weigh out some halloumi cheese, which is squeaky cheese, which is a Middle Eastern cheese, which is wonderful, and spice it up with some seasonings and roast it in the oven or nuke it in the microwave. I have large English cucumbers that I slice in slices, and I'm going to throw them in my marinade. I've eaten the last of those. They were wonderful. I always eat fresh tomatoes in the summer. I have lots of spinach, and I have salad greens, so I can always have a salad. Today I went and bought myself some cottage cheese and some more quark, and I'm gonna. I feel like eating greens, tomatoes, and cottage cheese, or tomatoes and tuna, like it's stuffed tomato kind of thing. So as long as I have that, and for breakfast I can always have a protein. I'm trying this. My plan this week is to increase my amount of protein shakes. I never drank one of those, but it's a good safe thing to have as a meal for me if I'm trying to reduce calories. So I can have, instead of 2 scoops of something, though, I'll use 1. because then it halves the calories and it satiates me for a while. And if I need to have the other half at another point, I can. So I plan to have things that I can do with that. I made little ricotta cheesecakes. Some of you might know that, with quark. And that turned out well, so I'm going to experiment with some other quark recipes. I bought some more quark today at a different store. It's a little different kind, so I'm not sure how it's going to do, but it's much more like what they use in Germany. I think the one I bought was uniquely different in quark world. It was much more like ricotta in density and cream cheese in density. The others are more like yogurty thing. So anyway, my plan is to have good choices available to me. Today, I got some regular water out and I put some fresh mint leaves in it. And then I brewed some mint and threw it in there too because I had some mint leaves and some water the other day. And I went, this is really refreshing. I like mint. I will drink mint in my water. What else in my plan? My plan, other than having good food choices at my fingertips, I did buy some fish the other day, as you know, and I've looked at the fresh fish in the market today. So when I've gone through the fish that I've bought, I plan to just run to the store and to decide we're going to have a special treat, I will go and buy some fresh fish fillets. I think it's ocean trout or ocean, I don't know, I think it was trout. Something, but it was really good. I had it in a restaurant. I thought I can do this, and I found a recipe. It was very easy, literally very. I mean, even I couldn't screw it up. So I'm going to try to be eating more fish this week too. No potatoes, no starchy vegetables, a little lentils, as I find that I need a little more density in my feeling full. But I needed to break my body from its like here's your cup of lentils mentality and start to open the box up a little bit for myself. My plan this week is not to go out and party, not to go out and have dinner with anybody, not to go to, there's a coffee tomorrow I go to every month, and I just do not feel like going to talk to those women and eat cake and have tea. I just don't want to be there. So I'm not going. I'm going to do something else instead, ride my bike. I guess that's it. And my plan is to exercise as I have been. Something that makes me happy, something that makes me feel like I've moved my body. But not so much that it makes me wish I wasn't doing it or wish I never had to do it again. I like things that make me feel exuberant and happy and free. And that means riding my bike, whether it be 5 miles or 10 miles, whether it's the elliptical for 20 minutes or 30 minutes. See, I don't want to do more than that. I don't feel the need to push myself that hard. I think what I do is more than sufficient, and body pump, which I need to pick up. I have not done. So today I've not done my exercise, but my plan to. So there, I've gone 8 minutes, and that was my plan. I don't have a plan exactly, but I plan to make sure I have good choices I can make at the last minute and not put myself in a bad position in this first week. This is like being an infant again, and I want to make the best choices I can. So far, I've not had to go digging around to find any bite chocolate. I haven't had to go dig around to take a bite of anything. And I'm very pleased that I got in forward movement, and that movement is carrying me. Success breeds success. So every day I feel better about being able to reclaim my ability to journal food, which is my absolute, wasn't in my plan, but it ended up being a key part of my process. With going online and signing up with mapmywhatever.com, it has a food journal. And so I run in there and write it in right away. So I'm able to see charts and graphs, and it makes me feel good. So that's a part of my plan. And I just want to encourage everyone who still not sure that they can really take back what they lost. And you think you just don't have that desire. You don't want it. You don't want to lose that 10 pounds as bad as you wanted to lose that 110. But you'd be amazed. Just start over and don't think about it too much. Just prepare yourself with things around you and just start. And the joy you will get knowing that, and the confidence that will come back to you, that you realize anything is possible if you just put one foot in front of the other. And so here's to you, everybody. Put one foot in front of the other, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.